minutes. Sometimes literally because, speed runs. Hype! We have a $500 donation from Dave245. No comment, but thank you so much for that very generous donation, Dave245. And remember, we are very grateful and very appreciative of any donation, no matter how big or small. And we have prizes available for you to take a look at. No matter what donation size, you are going to be eligible for some amazing prizes. Be sure to check out the tracker, gamesdonequick.com, to see what prizes you could be eligible for with your donation level. Again, be sure to check out games.com/tracker/prizes to see all of the amazing prizes you could be eligible for with your donations over the course of the entire event. We have $50 from Ace saying, shout out to my girlfriend Shelby and our new rescue puppy Rocky, who are watching together with me for the first time. GDQ hype. $25 from Scarlet79. That Kingdom Hearts run was amazing. The hype is real. And another $25 from Kishin. Had to donate after that amazing Kingdom Hearts 2 run that blew my mind. This is such a great event that I look forward to every year. Thanks to everyone that makes this happen. We have $30 from Retro Swim. Hyped to see the guys destroy Hark Brothers. Greetings from the Aussie Kaizo community. Y'all, we are less than $3,000 away from $800,000. I don't know about you, but I really like large, round, even numbers. If you like big, round, even numbers as much as I do, please help us reach this very large, round, even number that we are very close to hitting. We are less than $3,000 away from $800,000. We can get there very, very soon with your help. All right. Well, I'm looking on my end and I'm seeing SuperBen, I'm seeing papanug, and I'm seeing Rochester. I think it's time for some Hark Brothers. I think it's time for some Kaizo. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, take it away. It is Hark Brothers time at Summer Games Done Quick.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us on this fine Friday morning for the Hark Brothers race. I'm Truman, and I'm joined here by Harkness.
I'm Harkness, and this game was made for me.
My name's Chris G. I made this game, and I made this for Harkness, as he said. I wanted to make a bit of an easier Kaizo game to kind of teach the mechanics and the physics, but something that was actually a real game, not just a tutorial. So this is the result. These three handsome chaps have been speedrunning it and have optimized the heck out of it. And yeah, here we are. So if all you guys are ready, I'm going to count us in, and we're going to have a race. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
we start off, we've got a little message box that says, with Chipotle having just got his order wrong, Harkness was out for revenge. And the story behind that is that Harkness and me we used to DM quite a bit. We still do. He used to tell me about his lunches, and quite often it would be Chipotle. So it kind of became a bit of a thing. And so
Always wrong. There's always wrong.
we're going on an adventure to fix that order.
In this level, basically, you start going left, actually, as opposed to going right.
Yeah, that catches a lot of people out, actually. Even when they play it second time.
Yeah, and I thought I'd mention while we're here in the first level, there's actually a bit of a game you can play along with at home that some of the runners are doing for charity. Papanug is donating $50 per yump that he gets and $51 per not yump that he gets, and Rochester is donating $5 per death per person and $5 for every yump. So feel free to play along at home.
So we're coming out of level 1 now. You have to watch the star. It's a bad star. Papanug.
Solid start, too.
Yeah, straight through. No issues.
The first 2 levels are basically pretty big skill check levels. They're pretty tough levels to start hack, but they're very, very, very well put together.
Yeah. The second half of the first level actually is inspired by Kaizo 3, if you're familiar with that game. A lot harder than this, but the damage boosting off Yoshi was something that I wanted to explore in a way that wasn't, going to give you gray hairs.
So Chris, did you want to make these intro levels a little easier as they're towards the beginning of the game, or how did you really go into making this game?
Yeah, so as far as the level order, so I just made the levels as they came to me, and then at the end kind of put them into some sort of order that made sense. But yeah, I would say so. You kind of want to ease people in a little bit, but also you want level 1 to be challenging enough that's like, you think you can play this game, and we're gonna see, So it does start off a bit challenging, and it kind of eases up a little bit. But
It looks like the runners are very close, too.
There's a nasty Kaiser block where Ben was just now, just where that chuck is, that you just won't see it on the way through because of the way you jump. But when you bring the chuck back, you definitely find out about it. And so the SuperBen and papanug both went for something we call the bullet skip, which is I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe it's a single frame just because of the speeds involved. But they both didn't get it, unfortunately. It's really difficult to pull off. It's where you jump on the bullet in that one tile space, which obviously isn't intended. You're supposed to backtrack like SuperBen is right now. But they didn't want to do that, so they jump on it instead.
It looks like Ugh and papanug are neck and neck, and Ben's right behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sort of flying Koopa level is very, very good for speedrunning. You can just kind of go right if you play it correctly.
Mm-hmm. You can actually get P-speed in the second half. I think Rochester does that.
He usually does. And this level, basically, Chris asked me what I enjoyed. I said, bouncing on flying Koopalings. Put this together.
Things. Yeah. This is actually the title screen as well. If you were eagle-eyed among you may have noticed. It's actually the title screen level, just with some extra stuff added afterwards.
Papanug is moving on to the Swiss Palace.
Yeah. Going into Rachel's palace. Who's Rachel?
Shout out to my wife, Rachel. Yeah. She has a place in a Kaizo game, and she's very thrilled with it.
So there's a skip in this. There's a lot of skips in this game. This is a broken game. So where papanug just took the bomb through the yellow block, you can actually start duping that into the ceiling, and just hop through the ceiling instead. But it's quite difficult to pull off, and it's slow if you don't get it right first try. So you don't often go for it. Rochester might go for it. We'll see.
No yump.
Nump. So $51 right there.
51 papanug. We're counting.
Oh, he's scrolling. That means he might go for it.
Ooh, let's see.
Oh, he is.
I'm just going for it. Here's Ben with the bullet.
He's being very patient here.
Yump.
No. Oh, dear. Carry on without it. Yump. Nice.
Ooh, and Ben gets a yump.
We are 2 for 3 so far.
So Rochester bringing it around town since he didn't get the skip.
papanug and SuperBen are going into the shell jumping level, which is just a thing that you kind of need to know how to do in Kaizo. So I thought I would introduce that mechanic. And it's also, interestingly, the only level with a secret exit.
The auto scrolling is actually something I requested when Chris asked me about levels I enjoyed. For some reason, I said an auto scroller.
Give me an auto scroller.
Shout outs to Dram.
Be careful what you wish for, Hark. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah,
Auto
shout outs to,
but
to
fast.
Topanga,
But
because
fast, please.
yeah, the auto scroller in Super Dram World is a really fun section. And I was very heavily inspired this one. So SuperBen's out. Nug is out. Nug's going into the best level in the game.
The best level.
The Three Cats Complex.
So the only
What amazing
the only
names,
reason this
by
is
the way.
named after Three Cats is because the Doctor Who episode that I named it after, his name fit in the middle.
Lots of Doctor Who references, by the way.
Lots of Doctor Who references.
Three Cats loves this level, I believe.
Yeah, I thought so.
Shout out to
So
And
this-
you know who is Three Cats, Chris G?
Who is Three Cats? That's a great question.
We're still trying to figure that one
I'm
out.
going to send that one over to Harkness. He can answer this a little bit
He
better
is a
than
very
me.
nice guy. And Chris wanted to dedicate a level to the Three Cats. And what better way to make the most trolliest level in the hack, named after Three Cats.
Yeah, I would say. I can't think of anything better. But you don't see a lot of the trolls because they're not hitting them or they're not being got by them. Pretty much every jump has something silly on it. Just one of those levels. Ah, nump.
No yump.
Another 51. See if Ben's going to get one. Rochester's not
Watching
too
with
far
anticipation.
behind.
Yeah.
So at the
Maybe
end of
Rochester.
that level, you can actually, there's a nasty troll at the end where if they jump off to the side to avoid the bullets, they will
Ooh.
actually leave the level and it makes them start again.
I got caught
I
by
was- I
that
was-
quite a few times.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe Rochester will run into a troll for the fans, even though it's not
Maybe.
normally in the speed run.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Nug's not hanging about. He's off doing more shell jumps. He's we have a friend of ours, Mr. Fink. This was his first Kaizo game, and he spent 6 hours on this level trying to get that
Wow.
shell jump into the midway. Or Papanug going for the
Ooh.
nice. The last shell jump is
One of my favorite
tricky.
shell jumps ever, by the way.
Yeah, it's impressive every time you see it.
Yeah, Nump from Rochester.
Rochester won the mod off.
All right, so
One thing I was going to mention, like, with these levels, you can kind of see like there's little tastes of everything, skill based tastes
yeah,
of
that was
stuff.
the aim. That was the
Yeah,
aim,
so it's here to
definitely.
teach people and to learn.
You know,
so it definitely
there's
helps.
one thing missing though from this game.
What's that?
Good old Sky Tree.
That's fair.
I've never made one. Maybe I never will.
That's ominous.
So this level now, Build Kaizo 2.0, is heavily inspired by another great game called Super Gracie World. Shout out to White Moth. You should go play it if you haven't already. If you want to get into Kaizo or you're into Kaizo and you just haven't played it yet, get it on your list. You just have to escort the bullet. And normally escorts are boring, but because of the speed of the bullet, it can actually get quite interesting with this one.
But the big thing with Gracie World too, make sure you 100% that game. I learned
Mhm.
so much from those last few levels.
Nug's actually done. He's done in here now. He's going on to the next level, which is called Bait and Switch,
Cruising
and you'll
along.
see why in a second.
This is the most interesting level is from a ASM perspective in this hack.
Yeah, do you want to know a fun fact about this ASM? And it is fun. So this was in the waiting section when I found it of SMW Central, which is a really good resource for ROM hacking. They rejected it because it was too badly written. So
No way.
make of
But
that what you will.
you know, it made it into the final game. That's all that counts.
Yeah,
I've never
make
had
of that
that
what you will.
problem.
Rochester just shouting out Gracie World there. Hit the message box.
Yeah, he wanted to make
Glad.
sure he did.
He didn't trust me. Yeah, so we're switching between sprites because why not? In the first half, you're doing moles and saws, and in the second half, you're doing Eries, Koopas, and Goombas. The reason it's Koopas and Goombas is because the ASM did whatever it wanted to do.
As it should.
Yeah, I wanted Goombas, but it was giving me
into the pipe.
Koopas.
Yeah.
Papanug
finishing up
storming
level.
ahead here.
So Chris, as things are getting crazier in this game as they go on, would you say you sort of saved your better stuff for the back half of the game?
Oh, that's a question. Maybe. Maybe. I would say so. I don't know what you guys think, but I think the later levels they do get more interesting, definitely. We're actually going to do some cape here. Papanug is caping. There's not a lot of cape in this game.
Short cape level, but it's
'Cause
solid.
I'm bad at cape. But
Does he get the Hark skip? He
Got the
gets
Hark
the
skip.
Hark
he did
skip.
first try. Nice. That's difficult. Very difficult.
The only orb of the game.
Orb.
You guys mind if I cut in real quick?
Sure.
We just hit 800,000.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Wow.
Shout out.
Nice.
Thank
got
you
the skip.
everyone who's donated to this point. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Let's keep it going.
Ben's getting the orb now.
Orb.
And Ugg is finishing up bait and switch.
Yeah, Papanug's he's not waiting for anybody. There's actually a really interesting skip in this level as well, which was discovered like 3 days ago or something silly. At the end, I'll explain it when it gets there, but I tried it.
Determination on his face, though.
Yeah, I tried it. It's tough, but hopefully he'll pull it off. He's been pretty good at it, so we'll see. He's actually he avoided a nasty Kaiser block there. So you see how he scrolls the screen to the right-hand side there. What he's doing is manipulating spawns later on. So this bit's pretty normal. And then here, he's actually spawning that Koopa early.
That's amazing.
So he can skip the mushroom. They did experiment with this to see if you could bring the mushroom out. You can, but it's useless in the next level, so they don't bother.
Oh,
And
Ben
there's that
gets hit with
Kaiser block that we spoke about.
Have we talked about yet what Ben managed to do last night while preparing for this race?
No, we
Have not.
haven't. We should touch on that.
Our friend SuperBen here got world record last night in this game while preparing for this race. The first sub 19 ever.
Yeah, it was.
That's the second
crazy
time
run.
this week he got world record, by the way.
He did what? Sorry.
That was the second time.
Was it
in a
really?
week. Yeah.
Wow. He's a
Which is
machine.
in record.
And Papanug jumping into a muncher, which
Funny
you're
thing
not
about
supposed to do.
The level that Papanug's on, it's named after me, and Chris decided to make the hardest level. I spent quite a
Passage, isn't
few
it?
hours on this one.
Rite of passage. Watch
It
us
is
to
a
go
rite of
for the
passage.
Skip. Nice. Got it.
He's about
Yeah,
to
so,
get the orb here. Orb.
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 Yeah, I'm not sure what made this the hardest level in the game, because I never set out to make it the most difficult.
The last shell jump, I think, is what holds a lot of people up, including myself.
Maybe, yeah. It's pretty difficult. Papanug's not too far from it, so we'll get to see that fun in a minute.
It's a bit of a water
There's
level,
also-
too, without being a water level.
Yeah. No water levels in this game. It's probably a good skill to have, to be fair. For Kaiser, I just didn't want to make one.
I don't like them. That's fine with me.
Not many people do. Oh, he missed the
Oh,
ball.
I missed it.
That
There's the
sucks.
shell.
So
the
that's
shell part.
kind of the reason that jump is so difficult, is because not only do you have to hit the shell, you have to hit the box above and then hit the shell for a second time. There you go.
Ben gets it.
SuperBen got it.
And
He's now in the lead.
he's pulling ahead.
And up pipe. Nice.
And
The up pipe's
this
the actual
nice
boss
troll
of the
there
game.
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because what happens, actually shout out to Megascott for finding that. What happens when you stack two of those platform sprites on top of each other is they make you run really fast for some reason.
Interesting.
But it's completely vanilla. Nothing custom there.
Ben's going into Death in Heaven.
Also inspired by Kaizo 3. There's quite a lot of Kaizo 3 inspiration in this game.
Also,
I'm not
Dr.
sure
Who
if that's a
reference.
good thing or not. But this is a little bit easier than that. I was actually watching Grim, Wild Grim, shout out Wild Grim, playing Kaizo 3 for the first time when I made this. And I liked the idea, so I stole it. Papanug's coming out of Hark Peak in one piece. Good to see. Rochester's just going in there now.
And grabbing the Yoshi. That's the hardest trick right there, I think.
Yeah.
Learning that.
You've got to keep going, otherwise the switch gets turned off again.
Nails it.
SuperBen's just moving and grooving right now.
Can I cut in with a couple donations real quick? Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. No, we got $100 from Empire Ship. The Kaizo crew is the best community a person could ask for. I'm missing them something fierce during this race. Orb. We also have $10 from Hacksaw. Mario time means donation time. My 5-year-old is finally into GDQ and is obsessed with Mario. She even tries to speedrun levels in Mario Maker 2.
Love
Show
to
her
see
what's
it.
up, runners.
It's awesome.
You love to see it. So SuperBen is in the Rochester's namesake level, and all about hitting hidden blocks this one. Although you might notice something a little bit fishy about the last one. Won't say anything more than
He
that.
went right through it.
You went through it.
Something's
magic.
weird.
Something says not to trust Chris G there. And that's weird.
Whoa. What a guy. Rochester's out of Hark Peak, also in one piece. Good stuff.
Ug's finishing up.
Yeah. So SuperBen's about to go into the penultimate level, and there's a big skip in this one.
Yeah, you skipped the entire second half of this
Yeah.
level.
May as well have not made the second half.
Ug was the one that found it.
He was. He
Always
found
try
it
to
in
find ways to do
1.0.
that.
Found it in 1.0. And the only reason I didn't fix it in subsequent updates was just because I thought it looked really difficult. And it also looks really cool.
I will say the Ug Awakens is honestly one of the smoothest levels I've ever played, though. It's
Really?
so smooth.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Here comes the skip from
So
Ben.
SuperBen's going to scroll the screen over, get the disco. He's going to scroll it back and scroll it back over, respawn the little Koopaling, and jump straight over the midway. Don't need the midway, just straight onto the big H.
First try.
And who really needs the underground part of that
No.
level anyway?
Yeah, a waste of time. Nugs out of Ug Awakens. So this is gonna be a close finish, I think.
And Ug is finishing up Death in Heaven right now.
All right.
Get
There's
some
like a
hype in the
level
chat for
between each
Ben.
of them at the moment. But
During the last
anything can
level.
happen in the final fight if you're not paying attention. So hopefully
Sure.
they're on their A game. So there you see that SuperBen ran over a blue bridge. If you don't go in the Three Cats complex, those blocks will be outlined and you'll just fall through them. So you have to play that level, unfortunately. Papanug about to do the skip. And Ben is about
in.
to fight the Bowser. H4F in the chat.
H4F.
H4F.
Harkness
This
square.
is that handsome fella.
Skipping the mushroom, by the way.
Yeah, no need for the mushroom. Nug getting the skip. Easy peasy.
Quick shout out to Chris for when Peach comes out, she yells, not help, but Hark.
It's important. Wonder what happened to that Chipotle.
We never will know.
Mm-mm.
Validated, probably.
Yeah, probably. So this Bowser fight is very similar to the original Bowser fight.
Very.
With kind of a twist.
I spent hours making this fight, and the only reason it ended up the way it was because I got to a point where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I never knew what I was doing, to be fair. I was just changing values until things looked like they worked. And if you stay in the first phase for too long, Bowser just kind of, I don't know, gravity doesn't work anymore and he just disappears.
But Nug is moving on to the last part of this.
He's about
same
to
level.
see your face.
You get to see my face 3 times. I'm pretty happy about that.
3 times. There it is. Oh, he's not getting the mushroom. I thought he was going to get it then. It was like a little fake.
Looks gonna do the skip.
Ben just did ball skip, which is actually a vanilla skip. And obviously because this is based on the vanilla fight, it still works. Rochester getting the rebel skip. Smooth.
Yeah, there's actually another vanilla skip coming up in the last part of this Bowser fight on SuperBen's screen. If you hit Bowser immediately, the amount of bounces he does is lowered.
Is it? Today I
I
learned.
did not know that.
Imagine that I've been watching SMW, playing SMW, and making SMW for like 5-6 years now. There you go. Stupidest phase right here, the last one. The SuperBen's about to get the kill.
Ooh,
And
there
time
you
is when
There it
Peach
is.
falls.
And
Time for Ben.
Done. Good job, Ben.
GG.
Solid run. Curious as to what his time was there, actually.
Papanug is finishing up his fight. Too.
Yeah, papanug's just waiting for the old balls to drop. There you go. And Rochester's joining us in the fight now. Getting the mushroom just for safety. Makes sense. Doesn't really lose you any time.
Papanug is very dressed. He's dressed very well. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
you
that.
guys can't see it, but he's actually wearing a suit. Looks fantastic.
SuperBen with the 2025.
2025.
solid.
Wow, that's a good,
Great time.
good run. So, Nug is about to finish. Hark. One more hit from Nug, and what? 3 more hits from Roch? 4 more hits?
I got that last hit in there right as he was coming up.
Amazing.
And GG.
Yep,
GG
time
Papanug.
when Peach drops for Nug. There it is.
Great job.
21-32.
And here comes Rochester right behind here.
Is he gonna go for the ball skip? Did he learn the ball skip? I think he did, right?
He was practicing. I do know that.
Yeah. I think he is. He looks like he's trying to line it up and stuff.
Oh, I think it's a little early.
bit. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
2136 for Papanug.
Nice.
Good job, man.
Good job.
Okay, Rochester's going into the final phase.
Cheer Ugg on, everyone.
I will say I'm definitely seeing Rochester right now.
I was waiting.
It all
for that.
comes back to Rochester.
I was waiting for that. Okay, last hit. Still got the mushroom, so he should be pretty safe. I don't want to jinx anything though.
There have been many fights.
There you go. Also, if anybody's interested in getting into Kaizo, GG Rochester, there it is. If you're interested in time, if you're interested in getting into Kaizo, there's a ton of great resources out there. SMW Central is one that's like the home for all of this stuff. Shout outs to them, because without them, we wouldn't have any of this. There's the RHR Discord. They're doing some really good stuff. They do races every week of varying difficulty. And just some of the streamers have made some really, really great stuff. I'm not going to name names because I'm going to miss people. But if you go onto YouTube and you type Kaizo SMW, I'm sure you'll find stuff.
Just ask anybody, basically.
yeah,
Everyone's very
yeah,
helpful.
yeah. And just, yeah, thank you guys for having me and my game here at GDQ. And guys, great runs. Amazing.
Good runs. Good game. Thanks, Chris, for making such a great game for us to be here for.
Yeah, thank you.
Good stuff. Thanks, guys. So do we know who, did we keep count of the numps and the yump?
I am sure Chad did. I think that might be it for us.
I'm going to shout out Juz Cook just because he's a nice guy.
I'll shout out Barb. He was the one that kind of motivated me along with Chris and Jess Cook.
Yeah.
Sure. Truman's taking the route that he's
Taking the high road.
the high road. That's good.
Yeah, good stuff. I would shout out so many people, but I would miss people and feel guilty, so we'll leave it there. We're about to see Rochester. If you look closely, Look closely. There he is.
There he is. I see him. I think these are racers too.
Thank you all so much for that absolutely amazing Kaizo race of Hark Brothers. And thank you, chat and GDQ faithful, for absolutely pouring in the donations during that race. We are so blown away by the generosity, and we have a lot of donations to get to. So I'm not gonna wait any longer. We have $100 from RB Pimlico 206 saying, "Hark Brothers hype, excellent race. GG's to SuperBen on the world record, and reminder to chat to not at papanug." And we will be right back after this brief word from our sponsors.
Salut, je suis bienvenu Benman, les appâts. Je suis agent de la stérilisation avec Médecins sans frontières à Bangui en République centrafricaine. Merci à tous ceux qui ont soutenu notre travail au travers de vos dons généreux. En tant que membre de Médecins sans frontières, je voudrais vous dire merci. Ce sont des fonds comme vous qui nous permettent de faire notre travail. Merci à tous de nous aider à faire une différence et sauver des vies.
All right. $50 in a haiku from Just Gus 101, Mario Block hype, Kaizo swag, and so much speed. Donate your money. And with that haiku, we are going to pass it off to an interview. Take it away.
And welcome back, everyone, to Summer Games Done Quick 2020. It has been an amazing week full of fun and speed runs and a ton of generosity from you all out there in the audience. I am joined now by PetresInc, who's going to be running one of my favorite speedrun series to watch. He's going to be running Super Monkey Ball 2 Story Mode, all levels. Petres, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited, a little bit nervous about the run tomorrow, and just they were happy to be here for this interview.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about that because I'm not going to lie. Every time I watch Monkey Ball, I'm very Monk-esque. I get very nervous the entire time. Brings me to my first question right here. Monkey Ball games have always come off to me as a very daunting game to play casually. But then layer going fast as you will be today on top of all that, and it just seems impossible. Give the viewing audience at home some words of wisdom for getting into this game.
Well, for new runners, I would say I'd recommend, everyone has a different play style, but I would recommend how I got into the game, which was just doing a run or two. You'd be amazed by how much easier it is to finish a run, like on the second attempt versus the first one. You'll be able to save a buttload of time simply by knowing the solution beforehand. Like finishing your first run, especially in Super Monkey Ball 2, it can be a bit harder in Super Monkey Ball 1 to finish a run. But in the second game, it's super accessible, especially story mode, my category, because there's infinite lives.
Yes, as someone who played these games casually, I very much appreciated that going to the second game. I was like, please don't send me back all the way to the start, man. I can't do this.
You can save, you can exit, you can do whatever you want. You can take 100 years to beat it, and you'd still beat it in time. Not speedrun verifiable.
Right. Petros, you brought up kind of you first getting into the run. That brings me to my next question here. Super Monkey Ball series as speedruns feel to me as they are originally born out of individual level runners, optimizing every level down to the frame before eventually runners go to full game runs. Would you describe this as your journey to becoming one of the top runners in Super Monkey Ball 2, or did you jump right into RTAs from the beginning?
I definitely was the latter. I only found out about Monkey Ball. I didn't know ILs existed because I found out about Monkey Ball from, I believe it was Peanut Phobia's GDQ run from a couple years back. And to me, just beating the game from start to finish was the coolest way to speedrun it. But since then, I've grown a lot of respect for the IL community. I've met a lot of them and even participated in IL tournaments, which is a really cool format.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can do a tournament of ILs, which is crazy because you think, oh, 1 in a million, these particular level scenarios. But you put people in a room together. Well, not in a room, literally. But 5 minutes on the timer, fastest time on the level is the person who wins and moves on in the tournament.
So cool.
It's really exciting.
We've done that other Rolling Monkeys. We did that in the Tropical Freeze community. It would be a randomizer where you don't know what level you would get. And you don't know what like your partner Kong would be, which would change how you have to play the level. And they'd be like, here's 15 minutes. Get the best IL time you could get. You could have like a Hail Mary attempt. That's so cool. You guys do that as well. That's really awesome.
No, it's a really good format. And like joining my first IL tournament, like a bit back, made me realize that not only does that help you get better at RTAs, just being able to move better in an individual level, but it's really hard. So big respect to the flashy strats that some runners can pull off that I certainly can't.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love to show the audience at home kind of different ways that speedrunners will kind of switch things up to, break up the monotony, have a little bit of fun with it. When on the grind for Monkey Ball 2, as you have had to perform in the past, sitting at currently second in story mode all levels in one of the most competitive speed series out there, what is the hardest part of pushing through runs for you personally?
The hardest part of pushing through runs for me personally is definitely, I have a sort of expectation. It's expectations. I have an expectation of consistency for myself. To me, I say, if I can get a strat 10 times in a row in practice, I should never, ever fail in a run.
Right.
But the Monkey Ball games have a very special way of proving that wrong every single time you get there in a run. The wild and wacky, never done before scenarios that appear when you really need your level to happen first try, just they can make it feel really hard to believe that you could actually do a run that was relatively clean and mistakeless. But as long as you accept mistakes and understand that there's always more time saved later in the run, no matter how high level you are, and continue more runs and stuff, you we'll learn to get used to it. It's just it's a brutal game, but
yeah,
it's easy to save time until you're at the top level. I would say just keep continuing runs.
Right. The mental fortitude you have to keep pushing through. Great words right there, my dude. One more question before I let you go. So I'm doing research for this interview. I searched through your speedrun.com profile page to see what other non-Super Monkey Ball runs you've dabbled in. Now, you might think I'm about to ask you about your very impressive top 25 times in Celeste, Any Percent, and True Ending. But no, sir. I want to ask you about your 6th place time in Bowser's Inside Story. I just played it this year. It's awesome. I love it. One of my favorite RPGs of all time. What's running this like, and why should you be running this at HDQ 2021?
I gotta say, holy moly! First time like seeing this question, I would not expect it, and I was really scared you would bring up Big Brain's Times Attack as one of the speedruns that you were gonna bring up on my profile. Thank goodness we can leave that for another day. Anyway, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Like, I'm glad you mentioned it because it's a really cool project that I really want to take up after this GDQ season. It's a terrible speed game, and that's what's gonna make it special, I think.
Okay, that's what I've heard. Yeah, here it's pretty rough.
There's one useful application of a glitch in an average 7-hour run.
Oh god,
and it saves 20 seconds.
Like
big
time.
It's an extremely polished game, And there's a lot of situations, like videos and stuff demonstrating potential glitches, but they just haven't yet to be implemented. So it'd be really cool to make that a game that like people can run without dedicating their entire day to it. Let me tell you.
Absolutely. I think I saw the world records clocking in around like 5.5-ish hours, maybe a little less than that. So, well, I definitely look forward personally to watching you get on the grind for that. I even if it's a terrible speed run, a lot of times I watch RPG speed runs. They're just comfy. I love that game. That's my favorite Mario RPG.
Oh, yeah, if you like a game enough, even if the speedrun's terrible, it's a fun time. That's the kind of why I'm running it at first.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page there. It's not, no, man, it's actually great. Like, no, the speedrun is awful.
No, to me, a speedrun has to be... If it was a game that should have been 30 hours... and it took 6 hours, that'd be an incredible speedrun. But it's a game that should be about 10 hours, and that's about how long it takes. There's just not a lot you can do yet.
Yes.
But it's yet to be discovered.
But
I'm excited to see its future.
eyeballs, get them on it. You never know what can happen to your favorite speed game, everyone. You just got to get more people looking at it. I remember when Wind Waker was a 7-hour run. Now you can beat it in an hour. So we'll watch out for Petri and those Bowser's Inside Story runs. Petrus, thank you so much for joining me. I am very much looking forward to your Super Monkey Ball 2 runs. Everybody at home, I don't need to sell you on it. We always love watching Monkey Ball runs. We're always just like, how are they falling down from 7 skyscrapers up and going right through the goal? Should be a lot of fun. We're going to send you guys back up to the front for SGDQ 2020 as we get into the final 2 days of runs. Petrus, best of luck with Monkey Ball 2, my dude.
Thank you. Thank you for the good luck, and thank you for having me for this interview.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We have $102 from papanug, as promised. $102 for missing my yumps. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful to be a part of this amazing event and to help raise money for Doctors Without Borders. Following up on that, we have $200 from SuperBen. Not brave enough to donate per death, but wanted to contribute. Here's to a great race between Rochester, papanug, and that other guy. We have $25 from Darth Ronnie. Tanug, Uggy, and Ben, thanks for being the light to my crazy life. Thanks for giving inspiration to many up-and-coming speedrunners. The Mario community is the best family I ever got to be part of. I love you guys and never stop kicking butt. Chat, let's spread some love for the runners. And with that,